In the early 19th century, New Harmony was the founding place of a working community, built in many ways upon Benedictine principles. 2 centuries later, each year in early spring, it's the setting for a week-long Benedictine experience and remains a special place.
Like Canterbury, there is a spirit of giving, of idealism, of people that gave their utmost here. That's in the air, without hope of gain. And we don't aspire to be holy, remember that. We're reaching.
What is here is about environmental sensitivity. It is about creation. It appeals to the senses. You have all these wonderful flowers in bloom. The earth, you can smell the earth. New Harmony is so hospitable to the senses.
Celebrating evensong in the calm of a warm evening connects us to the natural world all around. This year, the cornerstone of New Harmony's Benedictine Experience is Interfaith Dialogue. Sister Meg from the Order of St. Benedict and the Reverend Kusala, a Buddhist priest, lead the study.
I think the purpose of interreligious dialogue is to add clarity and community. Community comes with inviting the other. Clarity comes because the other, in this case Buddhism, is shining a new light on the Benedictine experience. We've been using the book Benedict's Dharma, and Benedict's Dharma came about when 4 Buddhists did commentary on the rule of St. Benedict. And so Sister Meg and I have used that as our template, and we've decided on certain topics: meditation, death and dying experience in both our traditions, morality and ethics in our traditions, as a way of making it clear that we have a lot in common, but we also have a lot of differences as well. And we don't need to make those differences the same. What I think we need to do rather is to honor the differences and come together in the unity.
Learning about Buddhism from a very contemporary Buddhist gives you an opportunity to delve more fully into incredible possibilities.
It's hard to be afraid of death. You know, I've seen hard deaths, and we all have. But wow, when you see somebody just taken like that, and she saw someone.
Quietly and gently, the discussion moves deeper into experiences of death and dying.
And then we would chant. We would chant from the early Buddhist text. And those chants, those sutras, are the teachings of the Buddha. And we would be reminding the dying person of the Buddha's words. And then we would tell the dying person that they have to turn away from everyone they love. They'd have to turn away from their parents, their wife, their husband, their child, their friends. They would have to turn away from their business and their cars. They would have to turn away from this world because This world holds nothing more for them. Their journey is now beginning in the next world, and they have to face it. They have to turn away and not be distracted by the attachments in this world. They have to see clearly where they're going and what they're going to do. And we would go back and encourage them time and time again to let go, and to turn towards the next lifetime.
It's the most important thing that you ever do in your life, to me, is to ponder ultimate questions and to do it intellectually, but then also to have the peace where we just sit and we sing and we sit in silence. Well, that's another important way of informing yourself. I don't think there's any one way to God, because nobody really knows. Even though I'm a devout Christian, and I've not doubted that really any more than we all have little doubts here and there, but not. I'm a Christian, and I love my faith, and I love Jesus, and all of that. But I think that the studies of the East, it's been helpful. It's been very helpful in just sorting out what you think and giving you opportunities to feel different things than you might feel in this or that setting. You know, just a different portal. The Benedictine experience is just more opportunity to let your own self find ways.
The work projects change each year, and we've actually kind of moved around the community, coming to the vineyard and to the peony farm to help. But when you're trying to work through your day of where God really fits in and trying to get to the peace part, that's the challenge. And so having physical activity means more to me than just the intellectual part.
The work's a huge component at home. It changed my view of what I do, from work that I have to finish and get away from to work that is part of my whole rhythm and balance, and it changes your view of work, whether you're working with children, as my work was, or if you're working with computers or whatever. Your work has to be a part of your whole rhythm, and that's a huge part of it. And your attitude towards things, that you have a reverence for things. You don't own them, but you care for them. You have to be a steward. And all of these values come in from the rule.
In Benedict's world, relishing making music celebrates something joyful in the human spirit. Especially so for a real blues enthusiast.
There's a saying down south where the blues originated: if you can't play the train, you can't play the blues. And back in the old days, you used to sit upon the porch, a porch similar to this, and listen to the train go by. And they try to make that sound come out of their blues harmonica. And this is a sound that I got when I tried to make the train happen for me. One wise man once said, the blues ain't nothing but a good man feeling bad. And as a Buddhist monk, all I do is talk about suffering, and more suffering, and how to end the suffering. And I feel if I play the blues harmonica well enough, I'll be ending a little suffering along the way.